The night in the valleys of Yemen was deep and heavy. Clouds covered the sky, and flashes of lightning briefly illuminated the mountains. People hid inside their homes, doors shut, hearts trembling, and tongues whispering one prayer. Ya Allah, protect us from this trial. In the distant mountains stood a tall and terrifying fortress. The fortress of Aswad al-Ansi, the man who had falsely claimed prophethood. Aswad's real name was Abdullah ibn Kabi, but he was known as Al-Ansi, from the tribe of Ans. He was a sorcerer, arrogant, deceitful, and manipulative. With his illusions, he deceived people, raising smoke from his hands and proclaiming, "This is a heavenly sign, I am a prophet." Those with weak hearts and trembling faith followed him in fear. As time passed, his cruelty grew. Whoever opposed him was killed, whoever obeyed him became his slave. The land of Yemen, once brightened by the light of Islam, was now sinking into darkness. These were the final days of the Prophet's blessed life in Medina, and Satan, through Aswad, was attempting his last deceit. In his arrogance, Aswad killed Yemen's governor, Shar ibn Bazan, and then forcibly married his wife, Azad bint Shar. The fortress erupted in celebration, not of joy, but of tyranny. Even the walls of the palace seemed to tremble. For within Azad's tears burned a spark of faith, a spark that would soon bring an end to falsehood. When news of Aswad's rebellion reached Medina, the face of the prophet grew sorrowful. He said, "A liar has appeared in Yemen claiming prophethood. May Allah disgrace and destroy him." These words descended like light from the heavens, a message of hope for the believers, and a verdict of doom for the false one. The sincere Muslims of Yemen vowed to uproot falsehood. Foremost among them was Faraz al-Dailami, R.A., a brave, wise, and loyal believer. With him were Qays ibn Makshu, R.A., Daze, R.A., and others filled with faith. Faraz said, "This war will not be won by the sword alone, but through wisdom and faith." And thus began a mission of both strategy and devotion. At night, secret messages began to pass. Whispers in homes, coded signals in caravans, and one shared hope in every heart. The time is near, faith will rise again. The whispers even reached inside the fortress. But in his arrogance, Aswad mocked, "Who dares rise against me? I am chosen by the heavens." He did not know his downfall had already begun. Azad bint Shar, once captive under tyranny, now became a warrior of faith. She secretly sent a message to Faraz al-Dailami, R.A., "If you plan to attack, come tomorrow night. I will open the gates, the rest is in Allah's hands." This was the pinnacle of a woman's faith, courage, and sacrifice. The night arrived dark, fierce, but glowing with faith. Thunder roared across the sky, lightning cracked. And Faraz, R.A., raised his sword, saying, "O Allah, this battle is for your religion, we are your soldiers." With a few loyal companions, he vanished into the shadows. Every step was silent, every breath became a prayer. Azad quietly unlatched the gate. The light of conviction shone on Faraz's face. They entered the fortress stealthily, removing the guards one by one without noise. The fortress was drowned in darkness, but the light of faith grew stronger with every step. Inside his chamber, Aswad al-Ansi sat drunk, muttering, "I am a prophet, the heavens bow at my command." Suddenly, the door burst open. Faraz, R.A., stepped in. Aswad roared, "Who are you?" Faraz replied coldly, "We are the ones you challenged. Today Allah's judgment descends upon you." With one swift strike, arrogance, falsehood, and tyranny were severed from this world. As the morning sun rose, Yemen's sky was radiant once more. The people shouted in joy, "Allahu Akbar! Aswad is dead, faith has triumphed." The call to prayer echoed from the mosques, and peace filled the air. When the news reached Medina, the Prophet said, "Praise be to Allah, faith has triumphed over falsehood in Yemen." A few days later, the Prophet departed this world, but the light of faith he left behind continued to shine. Thus ended the fall of Aswad al-Ansi, a story of faith, wisdom, and sacrifice, proving that falsehood can never stand upon the earth of Allah.